too busy glistening, glistening. And why you ain't listen then, listen back then. Now you too much, too little, yeah, too late.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Asia D here, and for my new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing today? As you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be showing you how to get summer ready, beautiful makeup. So this is going to be sweat proof, transfer resistant, waterproof, long lasting. Basically, you're made for the sun, and especially out here in Florida where it's summer literally 90% of the year. Even during the winter, it doesn't get that cold. So if you guys would like to see how I created this look, just keep on watching. And also, before we jump right into anything, make sure you go ahead and subscribe on the left or on the right. Takes a few seconds. I will really appreciate it if you do. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Okay guys, so the first step to having summer ready skin, you want to make sure your skin is hydrated, looking nice and dewy, and looking well nourished. So I'm gonna start off with my Badescu facial spray, and this one is the cucumber, aloe vera, and green tea. You could let this sit and dry if you want to, or you could just go right in with your moisturizer. The moisturizer that I'm going to use today is from Cutie, and it is the Purity Made Simple Ultra Lightweight Moisturizer. This one is oil free, and it also is going to help moisturize your skin. This is perfect for anyone with oily skin or someone that wants a little moisture without feeling greasy. So I do about like 2 pumps of this, sometimes 3. There's actually vitamins in this moisturizer, antioxidants, and natural oils. And it also smells really good. So for my complexion today, I'm going to be using the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. So this one is infused with fig and sweet peach cream. This is supposed to be oil free, transfer resistant, photo friendly, 14-hour wear, and it's also shine free. This is actually not a first impression for me. I've been wearing this for a few days now, especially at work when I'm just on the go and I need something quick. The coverage on this is a medium coverage, and I did get the shade in Chestnut. There are 30 shades in this foundation, so I would say try it out, see if you like it. I'm loving it. I think it's pretty nice. So I'm going to start with 2 pumps. This is, like I said, medium coverage. The texture is like a foundation, but it applies more like a BB cream. The brush that I'm using for this one is from Benefit, and it says get cheeky with Benefit. Don't know if they actually sell this brush. This was actually given to me by Benefit when they had their cheek leader palettes, the new one that just came out with the bronzer, highlight, and blush. You know, just kind of buff it out like this. Like I said, it does not cover every single thing on your face. It's a medium coverage. If you did want more coverage, you could add just a little bit more. Like I do like half of a pump. And I like this, the way it applies better with the brush. I just feel like it buffs it out really nicely. It doesn't cake it on. And right now, yes, you do have a shine. Let's say it's shine free, but it hasn't dried down yet. But I do like the texture of this. It feels really, really nice. And it smells pretty. It smells like peaches. So that's pretty much it as for coverage. So if you wanted more coverage, like I said, you could go ahead and add like more concealer. Like here I have a little bit more hyperpigmentation from little acne scars. And also I have, you know, a little 5 o'clock shadow there. So I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This one is in the shade Deep, and I'm just going to be putting just a little bit underneath my eyes, my chin area, and wherever else I need a little bit extra coverage. For the Shape Tape Concealer, I like to let this sit a little bit and let it dry down. The more dry it gets, the more full coverage and the more matte it'll be. So now I'm going to take my slightly damp beauty blender. This is clean, and I also use a tissue just to soak out the excess water. So after I wash this, I just kind of take a tissue and I squeeze it out just like this. So it is slightly damp. It's not drenched like it just came out from under the sink. And I'm just going to use this to blend out the concealer underneath my eye area. So the Deep Concealer by Tarte is basically the same shade as my skin tone. I just use that to add a little bit more extra coverage. So next we're going to be using a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this one is in the shade Tan. I'm going to be using this to add brightness underneath my eyes and just kind of draw a little bit more attention to the center of my face. And this is literally like the slightest bit. You're not going to be using a lot. This color is pretty bright for me, so I tend to thread very lightly when I'm using it. And again, you're going to let this sit so you can build up the coverage and it'll be more matte. So do you guys have any like summer plans? You plan on taking a vacation anywhere, somewhere new? Any new experiences you're trying to do for this summer? Or you just like kind of like chilling, working, adulting this summer? I'm more of an adulter during the summer, honestly. And as I'm blending out the concealer, I don't know if you noticed, I'm more so focusing the concealer underneath my eye area and on the corners of my nose. I'm not really taking it out too far, like all the way out. I'm kind of stopping and then bringing it back in this way. So that way it blends out nicely. You don't want that super sharp highlighter going all the way to your temples. Like, it's not cute. So I'm doing the same thing with the forehead. Just blend, blend, blend. I like to take the concealer a little bit over the eyelid and just kind of help blend and brighten up that area also underneath the eyes. Obviously for down the nose, I just pinch the beauty blender like this and then blend out my nose. It gets it more precise and more even, so that way you don't have concealer, you know, just messing up your whole nose snatching process. Okay, so now that we are highlighted, we're gonna bake our face, but we're gonna do it very lightly today. We're not gonna be doing too much. And since we did use the Peach Perfect foundation from Too Faced, it's only right that I use the Peach Perfect translucent setting powder. So this one is a mattifying loose translucent setting powder, and it smells like peaches. It also tastes like candy. It tastes really good. And I'm going to just pour it out in the cap. And I'm going to show you exactly how much I use, so that way you don't go too crazy, because it's very important that you don't over powder your face during the summer. You don't want it to be all cracked up and crazy. And because you're using less powder, it's going to be easier for you to touch it up, like if you sweat or you make a mistake, or you know, your makeup smudges or something like that. Okay, so before you set underneath your eyes, you want to make sure that you're blending out the concealer so that way you don't set any creases. And now with that same beauty blender, you're going to go ahead and dip into your powder and set underneath the eyes and all the areas of where we put the concealer. And you're just going to lightly do this. You're not going to over bake it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and press that powder into my skin. I'm not letting it sit and bake. Well, at least not for too long. I'm more so focusing the powder on the sides of my nose. That'll help my nose look extra snatched. I'm just blending out those creases on the side of my mouth, you know, those smile lines. And next I'm going to take a little bit of the translucent powder and I'm going to put it right on the corners there where you get those smile marks. So now I'm just going to take my sponge and I'm just going to press that literally all over like so and buff it out onto my skin. And notice I did not put any translucent powder down the middle of my nose because during the summer, personally me, I don't sweat a lot like over my like body overall. I mostly sweat on my back, my nose area, and obviously like, you know, underneath your boobs, you do sweat a lot. You know, you got that boob sweat right there going. So I didn't put any powder like on my nose bridge just because I do sweat a lot in that area. And once I do sweat and I do have that area set in place, I don't want it to look cakey and start cracking once I start sweating. So now that our face is set, we're gonna add a little bronzer and warm up our face and get it ready, you know, and looking very sun-kissed. So the bronzer today I'm gonna be using, you guys already know, Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'r bronzer, and this one is in the shade Caramel Cutie. So taking a fan brush, I absolutely love a fan brush to contour. It gets it nice and precisely onto the sides of your jawbone without, you know, spreading the product around too much. And when you do your bronzer, you kind of want to like brush it upwards. That kind of helps to blend it and also keeps the product from moving down on the face. Also, the reason why I chose the Caramel Cutie bronzer versus the Cocoa Naughty, it's the more subtle one out of the two. This one is more neutral, more cool tone, not too bronze, but it'll give you like a nice warmth. And the fan brush also gets like right here perfectly. So all my girls that wear them lace wigs and them big ass brushes can't fit right here because you got baby hair all on your sideburns, you know, you got baby hair all up front, you know, you got your wig like all the way down here. We know the struggle, so that's why I chose to use a fan brush. Try it, you might like it. You see how perfectly it gets right here? Yeah, that's why I like the fan brush. So as you can see, I haven't contoured my nose in, and that's because I highlight the sides of my nose, and that essentially helps to bring out your, you know, your highlight or your nose or whatever you want to call it a little bit more. So I'm just going to take my fan brush and I'm just going to go gently on the sides. So I'm going in a swiping motions to the right, not up and down, and this is going to help me to lightly contour my nose without making it look super prominent. I'm just using the remaining product that's left on the brush to do so. Next, I'm taking a smaller brush, and this one is from BH Cosmetics. It's just a little bit more angled and it'll fit perfectly in my nose bridge area. I like to use a separate brush just to define that a little bit more. And kind of go over the nose so it blends out nicely. We're gonna do our brows really quickly, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of our face. So for brows, it is summer. We want waterproof, we want long lasting, we want smudge proof, we want basically long wear, okay? Long wear, don't go nowhere. So I'm just taking a spoolie, and this is from an angled brush. This angled brush is from the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks, and I'm just using that to brush my brows upwards a little bit. So for brows today, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Soft Brown. This is my favorite brow color. I don't like super dark brows, plus my brows are pretty much thick enough to where I can kind of wear them solo dolo, but sometimes I just want a little bit more, you know, ba boom with the brows, so I'm going to be using my pomade today. And I'm using the slightest bit. I like to start at the base of the brow. I never start directly in the front. I start like maybe half a centimeter away from the front, and then I start kind of like in the middle, bring it towards the end, towards the tail. And then I do the top, same thing. Start somewhere in the middle, not directly towards the front, and then I bring it back over the arch into the tail. So once you have both of your points done, the bottom and the top, you want to now blend it upwards and blend everything towards the middle. So now we're filling in the middle here of the brow, and I haven't dipped into the product again to put any extra. I'm just using whatever I had on the brush, because like I said, more like natural but long-lasting brows. Next, I'm gonna take the product and I'm gonna move it towards the front now, and as I'm moving towards the front, I'm also brushing it upwards like so. Especially towards the front, you want it to look very gradient, not too thick, a little bit more sparse. Most brows, when they're nice and full, they're naturally more sparse towards the front and thicker as it goes towards the end. So now that both sides of your brows are filled in, I just go back in with the spoolie and I brush it through. That'll help the pomade blend really nicely with your brows and gives it a more even distribution. And also, as you're brushing it out, you'll see where you need to fill in a little bit more. You're gonna take a little bit of your concealer. You can use your favorite concealer, whatever you use to clean up underneath your brows. I like to take a shade similar to my skin tone, or at least one shade lighter, so that way it's not so like unnatural and dramatic looking. Plus, I don't like to see that super white line underneath the brows or on top of the brows. I never conceal on top of my brows. I always just focus on the bottom. So I'm taking a little bit of my Shape Tape concealer and I already put some on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to use that to clean up my eyebrows. Okay, so once your brows are concealed, you can just take a little fluffy brush and kind of blend out your brow bone here where we put the concealer. Okay, perfect. So brows are done. The next step that we have to do is add a little bit of highlight. Right before I highlight, I like to spray my face with a little bit of setting spray. And I do this because it's going to give the highlight a nice smooth semi-damp canvas to work on, and that's really going to help your highlight to, you know, pop. Like, so today I'm going to be using my Anastasia Dewy Set Setting Spray, and this is, it smells amazing, guys. I think I'm going to add this to one of my favorite setting spray lists, and it's just going to set your face and give it like a nice dewy radiant finish. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like hair conditioner, not in a bad way. It smells really nice, like coconutty, tropical, fruity, definitely refreshing, cooling. It's a go, it's a go, Anastasia. So I'm pretty sure you can keep that in your bag so you can touch up your face. You want to like a nice refresher. If you're just feeling hot while you're out, you could just kind of spray it on there. So you do want to make sure you sit for a little bit and let your setting spray dry down, not all the way, but just before it's completely dry, you want to put your highlighter on, because if you do put it on right after you set your face and it's still kind of wet, you're just going to get blotchy spots and it's just going to stick to the liquid that's on your face, and as you're blending it out, it's going to look really patchy and you're not going to be happy. Just being real. For highlight today, I'm going to be using the new bareMinerals Endless Glow highlighters. So using the Morphe M501 brush, it's nice and fluffy and it's perfect for highlighting. I'm just going to use that. I'm not getting too crazy with this highlight. I'm more so focusing this highlight on the high points of my cheekbone, and I'm kind of blending it out towards my temple area, because naturally that's where the sunlight is going to hit you. So once it does, you want to be like, bam. And you can add as much highlight as you want. I'm not even gonna tell you how much to put on, because you know, some people like to glow a little, some people like to glow a lot. I like to glow a lot. So I like to put some on the tip of my forehead here. Like I said, anywhere the sun will naturally hit you. Ooh, why not? You can also put a little bit on your Cupid's bow. And now with a smaller brush, I'm going to be using the Morphe M321 brush, and I'm just going to use that to highlight down my nose bridge and on the tip of my nose. Just a little dot right there. That's how I create like a nice little cute pointed nose. You just put a little dot right there, and then you go directly down the middle. I don't connect this line directly with the point on my nose. I just kind of leave a little gap when I get down here, just so it looks more natural. And then I take a little highlighter and I pop it right up there. That's just going to make my nose bridge stand out more. Alright, so the last step in the highlighting process, I like to highlight my inner corner right here. I take a little bit of the highlight and I'm going to use my finger and I'm just going to swipe it across my lid. Oh my god, guys, this whole time I left my dip brow open. It's not good. Make sure you close your dip brow back, because you will be coming back to the store talking about, I don't know what happened, my dip brow dried out. We know what happened, sis. You left it open while you was doing your YouTube videos. So for blush, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to be taking my Extra Dimensional Blush by MAC Cosmetics, and this one is in the shade Hush Toned. It's very like subtle, but it's also shimmery. I love a glowy blush. I'm not so much into matte blushes, but like shimmer blushes, oh my god. They just do something to your skin. They just do something. And I also like to take a little blush and put it right over my nose. It gives you more of like a flushed appearance, like, you know, the sun is just beating on your face. It's hot, you know, you get a little like, it's just cute. So now we're gonna add a little mascara. I'm gonna be using the Tarte Maneater mascara today, and it's amazing. One of my favorite mascaras, and you guys know, like, I'm not really a big mascara person because my lashes curl up and I feel like nothing really like lengthens or anything like that. I already have the volume because they push up, so that's as far as it goes. So you could stop there and just go straight into lips and set your face and be done with it, but I'm extra, so y'all know I'm gonna put on some lashes, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna be using the Lurella lashes today, and these are in the style Juliana. They also have an Instagram page, so I'll link you to that, and also their website. Alright you guys, so y'all know I struggle with putting on lashes, so I'm just gonna go ahead, put my lashes on, and then I'll come back on camera and show you guys. If you guys want a detailed lash tutorial video on how I put my lashes on, I'll link it above, and you guys can go ahead and click that and see how I put on my lashes on an everyday basis, aka the struggle. So I did go off camera and I went ahead and put my lashes on. I filled in my bottom lashes with the Tarte Maneater mascara, and for my wing liner today I used the Better Than Sex eyeliner. This is waterproof, so that's why I chose this one. I feel like it wouldn't be my tutorial if I did not add a wing. So just for a little bit of touching up, I'm gonna add a little bit of this bareMinerals powder just around my face. This is the Bare Pro powder. This one is in the shade 25 Hazelnut. So I just like to take that bare powder and kind of set it in the areas where, you know, it's a little bit more shinier, or I need a little bit extra coverage, and, you know, just to blend my neck area. So for lips, I'm going to be using my NARS Afterglow lip balm, and this one is in the shade Orgasm. There's only one shade. So next, on top of my lips, I'll be taking the KKW Beauty Gloss, and this is in the shade Pink. These have like little like glitter reflex in them, but they're also very sheer, so it's not that thick chunky glitter that kind of feels uncomfortable on your skin. These are very wearable and very comforting. And I don't know if you guys can see the little pink on it. It's so cute. Oh, and let's not forget the very most important part. Set your face again, of course. And again, we're going to use the Dewy Set Setting Spray by Anastasia Beverly Hills. That just smells so good. I love spraying that. And since it is like springtime, summertime, you also want to get like that nice glowy skin. So now that our face is complete, I'm just going to be showing you how I bronze my collarbone and shoulders for the summer. This is going to be super perfect, so you're going to get that nice glowy, dewy chest area and décolleté. So I'm going to be using the Bronze Liquid Glow by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just going to be using a fluffy powder slash foundation brush. And I'm going to be putting that directly onto the brush. And I'm just using a little drop, a little here. And make sure you push your hair out the way, and a little here. Brush that in. So we're not done just yet. I'm going to be taking my glow kit, and this is Sun Dipped by Anastasia. This shade right here, and this is the shade Bronze. I'm basically just going to put that right on my shoulders. Can you guys see the bronziness? If you want to make the highlight pop a little bit more, you could go and take any of these shades and add it right on top. So I'm going to be adding the Moonstone right to my collarbone area, just right here. And I don't know if you guys can tell a difference compared to this side. See that? Ooh. Alright guys, and there you have it. Bronzed face, bronzed skin, bronzy, ooh, just bronzy everything. I also wanted to show you guys what I'm wearing. So this will be perfect, like I said, if you're going to a pool party, beach, anywhere that it is hot. Maybe you're going to a resort, you're just chilling at the hotel and you want to look mad cute. I actually got this from an adult like sex store. If I can't find the same one that I purchased, I'm gonna link some ones that are similar to it where you could actually buy from like a retailer, because I got this probably 2 years ago. I'm not sure if they still sell this, but I'm gonna look for you guys, okay? So basically this is what the dress looks like, guys. I paired it with some pink thong panties just because it'll go with the dress. Strapless bra in black to kind of detail the black trimming here. So basically this is it, guys. If you wanted to throw on some cute sunglasses, you can with this. Maybe some slippers, some sandals. If you want to be extra dramatic, maybe some clear heels. Alrighty guys, so this is it for my summer ready makeup tutorial. So you have summer ready skin, very like light beat, not too much powder, very wearable if you're going to the beach, pool party, sitting at the pool, anywhere there's sun. And for me, living in Florida, it is detrimental for me to have summer makeup game on point. So that means nothing that's going to be cakey looking. It's going to be natural. This is transfer proof makeup basically. And also, I also recommend maybe using a moisturizer or something over your skin that has SPF. Today I did not, but you could also incorporate that with your moisturizer or actual sunscreen and then put your makeup on top of that. So yeah, if you guys really like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. And I also want to thank you guys again for all my new subscribers that have just joined my channel. Welcome and thank you so much for your support. Have a great week, guys.